What is up, Last War family? This is OMFG Joe from server 379. I've got a good one for you today. I'm going to go over with you guys a 3x3. So, and what you should be doing on your final day of 3x3. So, how to win it. So please, before we get this video started, please do like, subscribe, and share. It helps me to know what you guys like from the channel. It also helps me know what I can, it helps me to know that these videos are helping and that I should continue making them for you guys and making them at least one per day for you to drop them. Typically an hour before reset is the goal. All right, guys, so I've got 23 attempts left for today. You get 30 every single day in 3x3. This is the final day. I do typically, and it's probably not the best, but I like to use mine up early in the day on most of the early days, just so that way I don't forget to do them, because the more you have done, the better off you seem to be. And again, there's other people that have the theory otherwise, and I don't know that I'm right on that, but it's just the way that I have noticed it in the past. But let's go ahead real quickly, and let's go ahead and do a challenge, and let's see what we get popping up here. Saving them, though, on the last day to the last hour is definitely worth it, so we can see clearly that I'm better on every one of those, so I can go and complete them and beat him. All right, so next. One thing I love to do, and I hope I have enough diamonds. If not, I'll have to go and make sure I acquire a few more on them. But once you beat someone that you've got a revenge against, and let me go and show you guys that in just a second. See, I'm only getting 2 points per hit on this one. Double check. Yeah, we're good there. Once you hit somebody, and let's see our diamonds. So we've got enough diamonds to do at least one revenge. But once you've hit somebody, because you don't want to just hit a revenge out of nowhere, unless you just have no more hits left. But once you hit somebody that you've got a revenge against, and you can look at it there and see who I potentially could beat or may lose to. That's what I'm looking at right now. But you got somebody that you got a revenge against. Beat them the first time with one of your challenges. And then after you're done beating them with a challenge, so here we go. We're going to have a chance here. So let's see what we've got here. So he, GIX is a great guy. Let's see what he's got, though. So we know we can beat this one. So we're going to go ahead and beat we're going to beat our tank with our air, and then the goal would be to win one more, and I don't 100% know if I'll win or not. We're going to have to give it a go here, but he has that 43 that's maxed out, but typically that should win that one. Let's just go ahead and give it a go, because the missile should beat it. Let's see what happens, though. Okay, so I lost that one, so I'm going to have to beat him, I'm going to have to go up. I'll have to increase my, or move my equipment or my gear around. So, hate I had that loss. I probably should have moved the gear around to not risk it in hindsight, especially for the last day. All right, so remember on these, you always just have to win 2 out of 3. But as I get down to 10, I'll start making sure I'm getting at least the revenges. All right, let's see what we got here. Orc Liver, great guy as well. Let's see what we got going on Orc Liver. And I think I do have a revenge potentially against him. I may have used it already, but let's see what we've got. So this one here on the top, he's got a mix of air. Top right hand is mix of air and a mix of his air and his missile, with mostly missile, 3 missiles, 2 air. Can my missile beat that? Probably so. We're pretty evenly matched there. So I'm going to guess there that yes, my missile will win that one. And then I'm liking my on this top left-hand side. I'm really liking where I stand versus his mostly tank squad as well. But it is kind of a little bit undecided on it. I'm going to have to just kind of risk it here, see what happens here. Yep, that won it. So since I won that one, that win got me 24 points, as he's number 1 right now. So next I'm going to have to go in here and see if I've got a revenge available against him. I don't. No revenge is available against him. So if I had a revenge against him, I would have went ahead and beat him again real quickly, because I already know which one matches up with it. And if you forget, you can look. I'll show you guys where in just a second. All right, so you don't want to spend up too much. I might have to go acquire some more diamonds. You don't want to spend up too much on just these 2 pointers on the last day, because I need to climb up to number 3 for me. And wherever you're at, you're still going to want to climb. That's the point. So even if you're, if it's less than 3 points, it doesn't really matter. You just want to climb. Oh, I hate playing against my own teammates on it. You just can't do anything about it, though, hardly. I hope it's just a 2-pointer. Yeah, because so I don't give him too much. Negative. Oh, they're just making me play him twice. I will save it, and my last 3 will just be revenges, because I want to use all 3 of those. I'm pretty sure I can beat all 3 of those. So if I get down to 5 left, I'll start going revenges for sure. All right, so we're good on that one. I think this one was still only 2 points. The points seem to be based on how many times you've beaten the other person is what it seems to be, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It might be based on your ranking as far as your team, as far as your heroes versus their heroes on what it does as far as points. Oh, it is not doing me nicely today. I'm getting 2s and 2s and 2s. All right, so, and 3 points there. But we still got a shot. I'm less than 100 points behind it. And Jay is one of the ones that I can compete against individually on it. Okay, so I like this. My missile will definitely beat her tank. And yeah, it looks like I'll probably beat with her. My air will likely beat her, her or his. I don't remember on it, but will likely beat Jay on the 40 on that one as well. So on his tank. So let's go ahead. Oh, come on! You gotta be kidding me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and run against Jay real quick because I know how to beat Jay on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Trying to avoid that against King Tex because that is my teammate. That's my alliance leader, so I will try not to use that one. But let's go ahead and do this one here. So I know that I can beat this one here and this one here. That should be a win for me. We're going to roll that dice on it, but we're looking at beating his air with my full missile squad, beating his tank with my full air squad. His or her. I'm sorry, Jay, if female, I'm not certain, but there we go. So that's a win. So that's a big win, too. That's knocking them down by 18 points. That's bringing me up by 18 points, and hopefully that'll reset me here and give me a shot to gain even more points here. So we only got 28 minutes left, so you got to get some better wins, some bigger wins. All right, so higher points. All right, so only 1 point there. 8 left. I'll have to go and acquire some diamonds here in a second if I can't get some freebies here. Some freebie better wins. It's okay because you want to land that top 3 preferably if you have that option. And so we know there's different people have different levels on these two. So you want to land as high into that grouping as you have. And you look at the points base to decide that. I'll show you guys that in just a second as well. But on this one, again, like I always tell you guys, you only need to win 2 out of 3, but I'll go ahead and move that around to just win 3 out of 3 on it. All right, so I'm getting down to only 6 left. Let's roll that dice. Hopefully we'll face somebody. Okay, so it's going to be Orc Liver again. So now, if you do forget, so all you got to do is go backwards. And you go here and go, hey, I forgot which one which matchup beat him a second ago. Let's go and look and see. You can click right here on record. Scroll back to it. Now, you won't be able to look back to previous days all the time because it'll show people battling you as well. But you can definitely see your own. And we can see what our lineup was to get that win. So we had our air versus his tank. His mostly tank. And then we had our missile versus his mostly air. I mean, well, that one's mostly missile, but with some air. And you can actually look here and see how big of a win it was. So you can see if, could I move this around? If you only got one of them, you could do that. So you can see, can you move some gear around and still potentially win? All right, so it's going to pop up that same challenge again. It doesn't reset the challenge if you back out of it. So we'll move those exactly as they were. So we want to move our air over to here. Perfect. And we're going to move our missile over to here. And that should be a double win there. Now, if it's close, you want to double check it because you might not get a win by that next one. It might be that you're going to get that it's so close that it's going to give that kind of toss up where they win some, you win some. All right, so now we're tied with Jay. That's good to see. So one more win, even if it's 1 point, will put us up to that next level. So we'll get to that top 3. And the reason we want to be in that top 3 is the reward's not just for myself, but I'd love to get, this level or this level. Either one of those would be great. The next thing, it's just 5,000 of these medals, which I like the honored points, don't get me wrong, but 5,000 extra honored points and the 3,000 extra diamonds would be great too, don't get me wrong, but also here. So number 1 is going to get the general gift. Number 2 is going to get the major general. Number 3 gets that colonel gift for your teammates. And then if you land in that top 10, you're going to get a major gift for your teammates. All right, so let's go ahead and get this win. right here, and then I will probably pause until the last few minutes here. Wow, it's going to have Orc Liver again when he's on my server. I hate this now. I do need the win, so I kind of need it to land on someone like him, or Jay would be, you know, nice as well, or even the top person. But I hate having to play him again since he is a server mate here, but we'll go ahead and do it. That's going to give us another 20 or 22 points. It dropped down to 19 that time, but that's still, Jay is still playing too, so Jay just took some wins. Jay's kind of watching what I'm doing, it looks like. Maybe saved some stuff for the end. And we've got just 2 revenges left. I'm not even 100% sure I can beat GIX. I've got to move stuff around to beat GIX, which I'd prefer not to do. And then we're going to go ahead and get this win. I'm going to roll again right here, but I'm not going to play it. Okay, so I'm going to do a roll just to see who I'm getting. Okay, so that's going to be one that's not going to be a great one. So what I'm going to do now, let me go and claim this. You will take the role of Secretary of Interior in 2 minutes. That's great to see now. I didn't know they were doing that. Now that's awesome. Let's give you the little alert. All right, so I'm at the point where what I'm going to do now, and y'all won't get to see this, but I'm going to save my last 2 to 3 of them and wait for those last few minutes. See if I need to acquire some diamonds, because I might have to. And I've got some potential upgrades I could potentially do that I'm trying to save and hopefully not going to use, but I'm going to wait and see and wait till like the last 5 minutes left to run those last few. But that's what you want to do. You want to kind of get them up to that level. If you can be on and available at that 5-minute mark, save the last 3 to 5 for that last 5 minutes on it. And looks like Jay has moved all the way up to number 1 now. So great on Jay for doing that. Looks like they may have ran all of theirs through. I don't know if mathematically if I can land at number 1 anymore. No, it's got me beat out of number 1 because it's not going to give me enough good wins. That not moving my stuff against GIX was a bad move by me. Should have moved my stuff around since he had his missile and air, I should have moved my stuff to tank and air, and his air is his number 1. What I'm trying to say is I should have moved my gear over to my from my missile over to my tank so that I could have beaten his tank. His missile with that one. But it's okay. We live and we learn on it. So, hating what it's got me at there, but we'll just go ahead and the last one will be definitely a revenge on him. And we're going to wait for that last 5 minutes so that somebody can't jump above me. So we'll save some on here and give it a go. But that's kind of how you got to do it. So at this point, I'll definitely land in the top 5. If you scroll down, top 6 is my worst case scenario, but top 5 I should have that pretty much locked down at this point. And it also, the transfer puts you in kind of a disadvantage if you transfer it in because you started out with just a flat 1,500, I believe is what it was. But we'll save that for that last 5 minutes. My recommendation is set an alarm on your clock, on your phones for that last 5 minutes so you can make sure you're available to do the last 5 minutes. And again, I do typically like to do, in those last 5 minutes, I like to do with revenge. With 5 of them left available. But I'm also going to sit here and wait. I don't want to drop at the top. I'm sitting here to wait and see if maybe I can get lucky and I can get some wins from just people potentially beating me. And then I'll acquire some diamonds because I'll have to probably take that. I hate to even do it with King Tex because he is my teammate, like I said again, but I'll have to take that revenge most likely, and I'll have to move some stuff around to make sure I can get the revenge against GIX because that should be actually a pretty big jump up with the win on him. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is OMFG Joe from server 379 signing out. Thank you.